Boom. Wow, look at that. We're back. The power of technology. That is the redoubtable one himself, Thomas J. Izzo, the highly questionable one, Ronald J. Migliaccio, segment 2. IDD. For those of you in the know, I don't disagree. Major League Baseball is in full swing. And wow, Mets don't look like they're on death's door anymore. And wow, the Red Sox look like they're about to be on death's door. What a fucking surprise. I'd love to tell you I'm surprised, America. Now, here's what I am surprised about. Because I might as well get this out of the way quick because the Mets are feeling good right now, feeling great. They just swept. Who did they sweep again? Pirates, who were in first place, but now the Mets just knocked them off their pedestal. But the thing is, the Red Sox are 10-10. I shouldn't be mad because they're the worst team in what, again, looks like the best division in baseball. 13-6, 12-6, 11-9, 11-9, 10-10. That's the AL East. So once again, top to bottom, that division is loaded. And again, at the bottom is the cellar dwellers because they won't spend enough money. But here's the other problem. And again, it's 20 games, but their ERA, and I don't remember the last time I ever saw this at any point, even when Pedro was here. The Red Sox team ERA is number 1 in baseball at 2.7. 2.7, which would be better than the two teams that were in the World Series last year. 2.7. So the problem is there's that 2.7 thing. When you take out the decimal point, 2.7, and you put a 2 in there, you have their batting average, 227. So they can't hit for shit. The guy they pay all the money to hit for shit is hitting like shit.
Didn't they pay a rookie recently, Rafael something?
Yeah, O'Reilly's the guy who's like 312. Is it O'Reilly? I forget his name. Yeah, O'Reilly.
What is Carassus or whatever the...
Up your asses?
Who's Katsis? Is it Katsis, the first baseman?
I don't know. No, hold on. I'll have it right here. I just looked at it a while ago. Hold on. Who did they just play? They just played these losers. But the thing is, they're batting 227 as a team, and their ERA. Now, see, if there's one way to fuck up a 2.7 ERA, it's to bat 227. Okay, it's unfucking believable.
You only give up 2 runs, but you're not scoring a run.
They lose today 5-4. They give up 3 earned runs. Fucking dog. 3 earned runs. Okay, but the problem is the damn hitting. They had where's the recap? Where's these guys? This is where I want to go. Here we go. Stats. This is the thing.
The worst part is y'all got beat by Carlos Carrasco, guy who pitched for the Mets last year, and I mean he couldn't get anybody out.
Our best hitter is a guy I've never heard of, Tyler O'Neill. He's batting 312.
That's the guy that you traded for from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
But y'all got beat by Carlos Carrasco today. He could not buy an out last year for the Mets.
Now let's be clear, okay? Because this was before today. He's not batting 312 anymore. Batting 301.
Well, he also got knocked out on the IL because Devers took him out.
So, yeah, he's batting 301. Now, here's the problem. The next best hitter, in terms of played the most games, is Carrassus.
First baseman.
Yeah, he's batting 243.
Yeah, but he's a power hitter. How many homers he's got?
He's got 5.
That's good. How many ribbies?
He's got 9.
All right, that's not great.
He's got 25 strikeouts. That blows.
Well, he's today's power hitter.
That blows. The kid from Japan, 215.
Oh, really?
Rafaela.
Yoshida?
Senade, Condemine.
Rafaela, that's the rookie they paid.
Yeah,
what is he doing?
He's batting a whopping 161. Yes. And then Valdez, who was the hero the other night, I think, 154. Devers, here's that guy, Devers, 188.
Ooh, you guys are about to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's mad.
It's about to get worse. The thing is, their pitching is doing great. They can't hit for shit. And we knew that going in because they didn't spend the money to get another big bat in the lineup. But their pitching is held up. The Orioles have a good offense. They should have won both those games, but their fielding killed them. Like today, 2 errors, a bad throw and not a catch by the second and third baseman, who did nothing at the plate, 0 for 7 in a walk. So there's your Boston Red Sox update. And with that said, they're 10-10 in the best division in baseball. So I really can't even kill them because they're still at 500. But they're killing themselves, so I don't have to do it for them. Anyway, shifting to the Mets, who actually are a story because they've won 4 in a row now. Mm-hmm. Is it 4 in a row?
And they've won 4 series in a row.
Yeah.
That's the real.
So much for the gradual climb, America. Let me see. That was I said, well, what if they gradually climb up? Well, they just won 4 series.
Well, dude, after they went to 0-5, to think they would get back above 500 this quickly.
8-2 in their last 10 games.
That's a stretch. I mean, 9-3 in their last 12.
Yeah. They won 4 in a row.
They really looked good.
If Atlanta hadn't won 4 in a row, they would have caught them by now, but they have. But they're a half game behind the Phillies, who are 11-8. They're 10-8. The top is good. Hey, the Washington Nationals aren't the worst team in the National League.
Well, because the Marlins started off like 0-9.
Hey, they're pretty good. You remember?
Yeah, they're solid.
They're solid. They're the best 4-15 team you've ever seen.
Dude, they were in the playoffs last year.
I know. Look, so the Mets are doing.
Here's the test, though.
Well,
now they go out to L.A. So they play the Dodgers for 3, and
that's this weekend? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
So that's going to be tough. So you got to try to get 1 from the Dodgers.
Get 1.
Then you go to San Francisco. You got to try to get 2 in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And basically split that road trip.
Yeah, which is it's doable.
If you split that road trip, you can feel really good about that. If you go 2 and 4, you're not going to feel good, but at least you didn't fall off a cliff.
Yeah, don't go 1 and 5 or 0 and 6. Don't do
exactly.
that. Don't do that.
Because then you come home and you have St. Louis for 3, who's a beatable team.
Yep, they are.
So yeah, I mean, I'm liking what the Mets are doing. Again, I'm in this positive mode.
Positive.
Where, dude, every game that they played the Pirates, they got down in that game. And I didn't get upset. I just said, all right, let's see if we can come back. One game they were down 3-0, won 6-3.
Yeah.
Another game they were down 1-0, came back and won 9-1.
9-1.
I can't remember the other one. I think they did get down, but I can't remember exactly what the scores were on that middle game. But all good stuff. And it's not like anybody's tearing the cover off the ball yet. Like, Alonso hasn't gotten crazy hot yet. He did have a good week. Lindor is on the gradual rise.
Okay.
Which is good to see.
Okay.
Because he's now in the mid-100s. And remember when we first looked at him, he was like 0.04, 0.047.
He's batting 151 as of tonight.
That's a gradual climb.
Yeah.
You know, it's not...
Yep. Alonso's 261.
Alonso's doing good. He had a good week last week.
6 home runs, 10 RBIs.
Yeah,
that looks like Pete Alonso.
He got Player of the Week last week in the National League.
Who's this Brett Beatty?
Brett Beatty.
305.
Yeah. So he's been amazing. So they called him up at the end of the 2022 season. His first at-bat, he hit a home run against Atlanta. Then he fell off a cliff. Then he got hurt. And then last year he struggled, and everybody was like, you know, Beatty's supposed to be our next third baseman. But when he struggled last year, everybody started questioning him.
He's young, though.
He's very young.
Yeah.
This is his second
How do you question a guy who's below 25?
Dude, it's fucking New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not instantly fucking
Derek
Brooks Robinson, you suck.
Derek Jeter doesn't just fall off a tree. You know? It doesn't work like that.
But see, Derek Jeter came up and had impact.
He did.
But that's one
guy.
1 in a million.
Yeah.
So
he's a Hall of Famer.
But now Beatty, he put in work. Lindor actually took him under his wing over the summer, helped him with his defense. His defense has been great this year.
Wish I could say the same for the fucking Red Sox. Well, not pitching. Pitching's been great. The field, awful.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean, bad fielding sucks because
kills you. Fucking kills you.
You feel like it's not that important if you have offense, but then
bad fielding is like not boxing out on defense.
Yeah.
Because if you play great defense for 24 seconds and then you give up an offensive rebound, now you got to do it again.
Yeah.
If you've got 2 outs and 2 strikes and he hits a routine grounder into the fucking and the shortstop boffs it, now if there's runners on base, it's even worse. Yeah. It's like so.
But it also doesn't always show up in the stats because sometimes it's a ball that the center fielder misjudged and didn't get to, so it just looks like a hit. Or sometimes it's like a double play that any halfway decent shortstop and second baseman turn, but like a below average team doesn't turn it.
Yeah.
So you don't even see it you see errors, but you also don't even see the other plays that they don't make that good defense does. So
I mean, I was watching the Red Sox post game today because they had the Nessa team on, and Papelbon is back, who's one of the greatest clubs. Papelbon and Jim Rice. These are the 2 guys talking, and they both said the same thing. If these donkeys could hit 250 and catch the fucking ball, they'd probably be in first place.
Right. It'd be a wild.
They'd be in first place. No, they said they'd be better than the Yankees. Wow. He goes, if you look at, they said, and I haven't watched every game, but they have. Like, you look at pretty much every game this year with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, they lost because of either they couldn't hit or they had
couldn't
bonehead
field.
errors.
Yeah.
Bonehead errors that killed them.
That's
and
not
they were
good.
they were in these games that could have won them. And the two that come to mind were the two Baltimore games that they lost and should have won because that's exactly what happened. So they should have taken 2 out of 3 from Baltimore.
So the
They gift-wrapped
bullpen
it.
didn't necessarily blow those
No,
games. Those were
field
the
did.
fielding.
The error that team. Oh man, and the 2 today were fucking awful. These guys look like high schoolers out there in the fucking what are you doing at Fenway Park? You. It's like because they look like they had no idea what the hell. These weren't like it came at 100 miles an hour and he dived at it. And no, it wasn't that shit.
Who just boners?
Just bonehead plays.
Yeah.
And my thing is this. And again, this is the basketball. I mean, if you're going to fuck it up on one, you better make up for it on the other. They go 0 for 7 combined from the play. They get nothing. One of them got a walk. That was probably because they got hit with a pitch. I don't know. Fucking because they wouldn't have walked in their own. And did nothing. Those 2 were useless today.
Yeah.
Fucking useless. Devers, who's supposed to be their bat, isn't playing. He's batting 188 when he is.
Yeah.
So it's like the pitching was the thing we were all afraid of. We thought their lineup would be pretty good. It's the lineup that's fucking killing them. And if it's not killing them at the plate, it's killing them in the field.
Yeah.
And think about this.
The defense is one thing that you can control. You can't allow that too.
The guy Kutcherman, or the pitcher we were making fun of, Kutcherman, whatever we call him, Kutcher.
Halk?
No, not Halk. Halk had a complete game yesterday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kutcherman has an ERA of .42. He was like the
Huckerman,
I think. Hold on.
Who is he?
Hold on. Let me pull him up. I forgot. I can't say his name. I'm saying it wrong. It's the marijuana. The thing is this. Where is it? I got it right here. Here we go. Pitching. Don't get slow on me. I'm sorry. This is so bad. Cutter Crawford.
What is it?
Cutter Crawford. Call him Tuckerman.
Tuckerman?
Cutter
Crawford.
Cutter Crawford. Cutter's his first name. Cutter with a K.
It's literally like in Dumb and Dumber when he's like, Samsonite. I was way
No,
off.
I wasn't looking at it. Well, I was way off. The bottom line is his ERA is .4. .4.
Is he a starter?
Yeah, he's the best pitcher in baseball right now. .4. The next closest guy is like 1.9.
His name's Cutter. Like,
Cutter
what
Crawford.
a great name.
It is
for
actually a
pitcher.
cool name. Yeah.
Yeah.
He started 4 games.
There was a meme
He
today.
has no decisions. And why?
Well, how many innings does he have?
21. He is.
So he's pitching more than 5 innings a start.
Yep, he struck out 24, walked 8. That's 3-1. His whip is 80.
All right, but get into the 6th inning, bud.
Hit!
You also got to get into the 6th inning.
They're not hitting. They're batting .227.
Right, but he's also.
Do you know
gotta
who his
get into
run
the 6th
support
inning.
is? It's probably the worst in the fucking league.
He's got to get into the 6th inning.
Maybe if they got a run or two. Be nice to walk off the mound with a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, well, of course that'd be nice.
Actually, the opponent usually has 0. How about 1-0? Christ's sake. So anyway, back to the Mets. Look, they're doing well. This is a big series out in LA. That's exciting. You got a lot of good stuff this weekend.
Dude, I haven't been. Yeah. It's hard that nothing was going on today. Thursday with no games.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it's going to change tomorrow with the fucking Mets, and then you got it's 6 o'clock Saturday. Perfect time. 6 o'clock Saturday night, right in the middle of fucking everything. Knicks fucking.
That is nice on a Saturday.
Nice on a Saturday. You can get
6
fucking.
p.m.
I hope your parents aren't coming over. We get crazy. You get crazy like they fucking yell at them.
And if they have a good game,
yeah.
and win,
and then the Celtics.
The rest of the night's great.
Celtics are Sunday at 1. Oh my god! It's like yeah.
Dude, you know what it reminds me of? So, in the '90s, and when at the end of elementary school and then into middle school, the Knicks were in the playoffs every year. And so I grew up Catholic, and on Sundays when the Knicks were playing, I would wear my Ewing jersey under my church clothes because I was superstitious, you know. So I'd have my Ewing jersey on, and then I'd have like a polo shirt on.
See, it's not just athletes that are superstitious; it's fans too.
Oh my God!
See Joe Boo.
But like, I remember sitting in church just like waiting to go home and watch like Knicks Pacers or fucking Knicks Heat or Knicks Bulls.
Yeah, there was always
like,
a Donnie.
Oh my God, it was great.
Donnies everywhere.
And then I also remember that first week when the playoffs would start, and I'd be up in my room and I had one of those really shitty TVs with the switch knob on it.
Oh yeah, the old school.
But my parents got me a cable box, so I could get TNT and TBS. And that first week when the playoff games started,
TBS and TNT were great at that.
it seemed like there was 30 fucking games.
They had
on.
doubleheaders every
Yes,
night.
on
Every
both
night.
channels.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
And they stagger them.
Yeah. You could see all of them. It was great.
Dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
they
amazing.
got that right. And for me that was the 80s until Reggie Lewis died in the early 90s, and they sucked forever. And then Paul Pierce and Walker showed up, and they did have a little run there in the early 2000s, but then they had to wait until Danny Ainge took over and fixed everything. But the thing is, that first, when it starts like it's about to right now, it's ratcheting up, and this is going to be amazing. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first weekend of March Madness.
It is. It really is.
Games.
This play-in thing was great. It was great. And I got news for you. Here's the thing, but we didn't talk about this, but the people think Denver's going to sweep LA again. I got news for you, they're not.
Really?
They're not.
Haven't they beaten them like 14 in a row or something?
Most of that was done, last year, and Denver had a much better bench than they do now. Denver's going to win this series. Probably going to go 6. But I think LA is going to take 2. And they may take 3. Because remember now, Denver had a chance to lock up the 1 seed and couldn't put away San Antonio. They blew a 20-point lead.
Yeah, Denver's different.
They're not the same team.
Yeah, Denver is different.
The bench is not as good.
Do you know the pieces they lost, or is it?
Yeah, they lost Jeff Green, who was he's a career 16-point per game scorer, career off your bench.
That's what he was doing for them.
Well, he was up to 14 for them, but still, that's 14 points
good.
a game,
yeah.
And a guy who's used to scoring 18 to 20 for his career. That's what he's used to doing. So now he comes off your bench. The other guy, what was the other guy that they lost? They lost the guy who was one of the wing guy that was really good. They've still got Braun, and they've still got the Caldwell Pope, whatever his name is.
Is he healthy?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah,
he's their 6th man. But
he's a good 6th man.
But after those two,
not a lot.
Not much of anything.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is, if you look at personnel, LA actually has the personnel to match up with them. And while they did get swept last year, go back and look at every one of those games. They were all under 5 points in the
tight games.
Yeah, they were all tight.
Dude, you know what?
LA just couldn't close.
You know what would be
LA
nice?
Couldn't close.
It would be nice if AD stepped up. Because he's got the ability to play with Jokic.
This is what Stephen A. said today.
Really?
He called out AD. He said what you said. He just wasn't.
I mean, come on.
He wasn't as nice about it as you were, but
he's good enough to play with Jokic.
The knock on AD was that he was never durable. He played 76 games this year, and he showed up and he had a great year, and I applaud him for that. But this wasn't about that. This was about this guy who wiped his ass with you last year. And Stephen A. Smith called him out and said, "Look, are you one of the best big men in the world, or are you not? Because if you are, you're not going to let this guy do this to you again." And by the way, physically, he has all the tools to match up with him.
That's right.
And from an offense, he has the game to give him all kinds of problems.
And he's also a good defender.
He is. He has to take this personally and say, "That's me and you, all right?" Yeah. And you may get the better of me some nights, but you're not going to walk all over me like he walked all over him last year. It's not going to be easy. And AD has to take this personally, or it will be a sweep. But
dude, if he does that,
if he does take it, LA will win 2 at least.
Dude, if he does that, they could win more because you've been saying Murray's not 100%. Right.
Phoenix has gone in there and won twice. They lost the season series with 2 very inexperienced teams. Neither one has the personnel. Minnesota, when Karl-Anthony Towns is there, but he's not right now. He's supposed to be. Yeah. But he's not Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He's not. Neither one of them is. Yeah. Okay, the bottom line is, and there's no LeBron James on that team. Okay, look, I think Anthony Edwards is going to be that dude eventually, but he ain't that dude yet.
Yeah.
Okay, and LeBron James is that dude. And he quietly had a hell of a season. So, Anthony Davis, you need to pull a Pedro Serrano and drop the cojones and go, and do it. Because honestly, if you do that, you have a puncher's chance in this series. Because you do have a closer. You might have heard of him. Some people call him the king. Okay, so my thing is, for LeBron to have impact, Anthony Davis has to get them to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And if it's close in the fourth quarter, LeBron James can affect the outcome. If it's not, and he gets boat raced like he did in the regular season, then it won't matter. Yeah. But this is, and again, it's not about talent, it's not about skill, it's in here. Jokic is living rent-free in this guy's head. Call it what it is, okay? And he's got to do something about it.
That'd be cool to see.
I think it's going to happen because LeBron James has probably been sending these little reminders fucking ever since they won the other night. Going, yeah, remember these guys? Remember what he did to you, what he's been doing to you? By the way, they're going to call you out, not me. And it's true. Everybody's calling out Anthony Davis right now. What are you going to do with Davis? You're going to man up? Or you're going to get mowed down again? So we're going to find out how tough mentally Anthony Davis really is. Because I've never seen, again, everybody applauds him for the 76 games and he had a great year. But this is the litmus test. This is the test.
I hope his back holds up.
They got him early. If his back was going to hold up, it's now. If they got him 3 rounds from now, it would have been worse. What happened last year? They got him in the first round. They got 3 days off. He's going to be as healthy as he's going to be.
Yeah. No, I know, but remember he had those spasms. Mm-hmm. But he played the other night. How did he play in that game?
He played good.
He played good?
He played well. But the thing is, he has all the tools to give Jokic all kinds of problems. All kinds of problems. So stop fucking around and do it. Because honestly, if not now, when?
Right.
Okay? LeBron's flirting with 40. If not now, when? So
LeBron is not getting better.
No, he's getting older.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's not going to maintain this forever. He's just not.
Yeah.
So
I will say this, watching them against the Pelicans, and I'm glad that's what I've always told you I like your takes, because they're typically not, they don't follow the national media take, and I appreciate that.
Most of the national media never played college basketball.
Right.
Or coached for 20 years.
Yeah.
So,
no, I know, and that's why I like it, because now I'm actually excited about that series, and I wasn't excited about that series.
No, because you're looking at what's been happening.
Right. Well, because everybody's like, oh, the Nuggets have won the last 12 games, and that's just going to continue. And I was just like, damn, that sucks.
Again, from a physical standpoint, it shouldn't. It never should have happened in the first place. This guy is living rent-free in Anthony Davis's head right now. Yeah. Anthony Davis needs to answer the bell. Mm-hmm. So that, to me, is the most intriguing part of the series. What is Anthony Davis going to do?
Yeah.
Because if he plays like he's been playing, this is not going to be a sweep.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a sweep.
But what I was going to say, also, the Lakers are a little sloppy. Like, Austin Reeves does not handle the ball well. Against the Pelicans,
the thing is, also,
he could have cost them.
But here's the other problem. What did I tell you the other night Denver struggles with? Teams with good wing players. Look at LeBron's the obvious one.
Of course.
But the other kid, who's the shooter they got now? D'Angelo Russell. He's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and Reeves, they've got perimeter shooters, and they got guys that can slash. That's a type of team physically that gives them problems. The added bonus is they have a dominant big man.
Yeah.
They have everything on paper to beat this team. They're in their head. They're in their head right now. That's all it is. They got the fucking coach talking trash last year when they swept him and all this. Like, and LeBron James saying this
was talking trash
when they swept him. Oh yeah, in the post game he was talking shit about the Lakers. Hey, we're here. It was all about. Well, you guys were all talking about the Lakers. We're talking about us. We were the
Oh really?
No, he spread it on thick, and I didn't care because he swept them, and I hate LA, so I loved it. Right. But the thing is, LeBron James trying to say this isn't about last year. That's a load of shit. This is exactly about last year, because they basically fucking stuffed your nose in it, and you did nothing about it. And that's what everyone remembers. So to sit there and say this isn't about last year is bullshit. If the Celtics had run into a healthy Heat team, this was all about last year. It was about settling a score. That's all it was about. This bullshit was not about last year. Oh, really? That's what everyone remembers? Are you going to do it again? Or are you going to do something different this time? Okay? So, and they've got that on you until you change the narrative. And it doesn't look good for you. Okay? So, especially Anthony Davis. Who Anthony Davis was supposed to be what Jokic is.
Right. He should have
MVP. He's supposed to have MVPs, and he was supposed to be what Jokic is. He had to leave. Jokic didn't leave Denver. They built around him. He left New Orleans to go join LeBron. That's a bad look. It's like Kevin Durant going to fucking Golden State.
Imagine if AD was in New Orleans.
Oh my God, with that team there
now. If they had Zion.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm sure some of those picks they got probably
wouldn't have happened. But they were just barely making the playoffs with him, and he wasn't healthy. So who the hell knows what would happen?
No, but I think Zion. They were about to pick Zion when he left. Yeah. Like I think it was that
together.
Season.
Oh my God,
dude, that'd be tough.
Yeah, and they traded for McCollum. I mean, my God, yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's unfortunately it's water under the bridge. But Davis went to go play with the best player of this generation.
Right.
Got a title in the bubble. No one really cares about that.
Yeah, which is tainted.
It's tainted.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, okay.
Maybe that's not fair, but it wasn't a full season.
It was a 40-game season.
Yeah. So it's like when the Dodgers won.
Yeah, nobody really cares about it. It's like, oh, yeah, good for you.
Played 60 games.
Yeah, like, come on, that's not a real season.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, a lot can happen in 60 games.
No fans.
No fans were there. It wasn't the same thing. It is different. I'm not saying it doesn't count. It still counts, but it's not.
If it was my team, I'd take the title. Don't worry.
As Tim Legler put it, there are championships and there are championships, and there's different.
And that's just the championship.
Well, no, but it's the different storylines that got you there. That's what makes these championships memorable. Like what the path to get there. That's what
I mean, like if you're beating a team, that
like
that
for example, LeBron's biggest championship is when he went back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
because he ended a 58-year championship drought.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And they came back from 3-1.
Yeah. And again, Draymond Green, hello, nice job there, Donkey.
Kick somebody in the nuts.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, it happened. Mm-hmm. How it happened, it happened. And that's how that's part of his legacy.
Yeah.
And you, if you stay, the Wolves has never won a damn thing. If you stay down and build like what Tim Duncan and David Robinson did and said that thing, they built a dynasty. You could have done that. Now you go and join the Lakers, who are already a dynasty. They've already won the pillars of the league. And not only that, LeBron James is sitting there waiting for you. It's kind of like when Durant went to Golden State.
And it doesn't really seem like they love each other.
I don't think they do. I think he tolerates him because he knows how talented he is. Because he needs him. It's like a necessary evil.
I think AD doesn't like being pushed. That's how he comes across.
Neither did Dwight Howard. Remember when Kobe and Dwight Howard got it? Because Dwight didn't like being pushed either.
Dwight wasn't as good as AD.
Not offensively. No, defensively he was.
He was pretty good.
Defensively he was very good. He was a great defensive center. Yeah, he was. Offensively, limited. He had a post game, but he had no.
He was just so. He was really big.
He was so
strong.
athletic and so quick. He was like a smaller version of David Robinson.
His shoulders.
He actually was a smaller version of David Robinson.
The shoulders on that motherfucker looked like he had armor on.
Mm-hmm. Look at
like
David.
A ninja turtle.
Go look at David Robinson.
No,
yeah.
Okay. David Robinson
was
had
sick.
He had like cannonballs.
David Robinson,
cannonball.
The definition of a Greek statue. It's 7'1.5", just ridiculous. But anyway.
The man was sculpted.
AD offensively is far superior to him. Yeah. He is. And his numbers bear that out. But
although the thing that made me hate Dwight Howard was the Superman stuff.
That was so tacky.
Especially when
unoriginal.
When Shaq was already kind of Superman.
Well, he had the tattoo. Yeah.
You know, even though I don't like when guys like say, "Hey, I'm Superman," it's like, no, Superman's a comic book character.
Superman's not real,
right? But
dimensions don't even add
up.
You don't look like the guy.
But the fact that like Shaq was kind of called Superman already, and then Dwight had the dunk contest where he put the cape on.
That was awful.
Oh, bad.
And then the cool thing was Nate Robinson came out with
Nate Robinson did it. Yeah,
the kryptonite.
Yes, the green. And he fucking
that was awesome. He stuck it right in Howard's face. That was actually original. I love what Nate Robinson did. Yeah, I love what he did.
Was he an ex-Celtic?
Yes, he was.
I thought so.
Yes, he was. He was good. He had good.
Those type of guys bounce from the Knicks to the Celtics or Celtics.
They don't care. They don't stand up.
They're like, I'm gonna play for some Northeast team that's shit right now.
So no, when he was, we were in the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were good when he was there.
Well, when he was with the Knicks, I don't think we were.
But the thing is, like, yeah.
Yeah. Miss Casey said she kept hearing it. It was going off in.
Because Mia was calling it.
Yeah.
Pick me up. Bye. The fruits of my marriage. Anyway, so look, LA needs to, and not LeBron. LeBron really doesn't have a lot left to prove here, but Anthony Davis.
LeBron will show up.
LeBron's gonna show up. Anthony Davis is. Let's be clear here. And I don't know if Stephen A. Smith said this or not. I don't know if he stopped short. This is one of those legacy moments because Jokic is the premier big man in the game. And what would this do for Anthony Davis's legacy if he outplayed him and they beat them? Mm-hmm. What would this do for this is the kind of shit, Anthony Davis, where you get talked about 20 years from now. If you pull it off. Now, I don't know if he understands that, but someone should tell him, okay? Because to me, there's no greater motivation than,
it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to give your legacy some, because by all accounts, for all your talent, you underachieved. You were supposed to be this dude. Mm-hmm. And injuries got in the way, and I get all that, but you were supposed to, and you're still 31. You're not done.
Yeah.
You didn't look done this year. You played at an all-star level. So you're not done, okay? So you're far from done. So go after this fucking guy.
Yeah, and the Lakers aren't a typical 7 seed.
They're not.
It's the same thing that we were saying about the teams in the East that were in the play-in.
Miami and Philly are not
weren't typical 7 and 8.
They're not. No. Just what injuries do to you.
Yeah.
Can do to you. So
I mean, if the Lakers... Okay, now, I went from thinking this was a complete blowout series to now thinking the Lakers... if something swung their way,
they can make this. They can very much make this competitive.
And if they won this series, that gives them the confidence, like we can beat anybody in this fucking league.
Yeah. But and look, people were saying avoid Denver because everybody thought if LA faced OKC, LA would beat them. They're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying anybody but Denver and LA could match us up. Well, here's the truth. They match up with Denver probably better than anybody else does, outside of maybe Boston, because of the big man that can pull you away from the basket and the guards who could double team Murray, because that's what Boston's advantage is. So the thing is, LA matches up with them very well on paper, and they've got the home run hitter, and they've got an all-star center.
Yeah.
Who can literally, Jokic to me, and I love his game, I do, but a guy like Davis should be a nightmare for him.
Right.
And I don't know,
an athletic big who plays defense,
who can shoot, who can,
mid-range.
Yeah, he should give Jokic fits. Yeah. In fact, he should take away from his offense because he has to focus more on him on defense.
But are they not putting Jokic on him on defense? How does that? I don't remember the last.
I don't think they're putting Jokic on LeBron. LeBron's playing like the four.
Definitely not.
Yeah, they're not putting him on him. That's for shit sure. So
well, like Hachimura sometimes will play, right? Isn't he play four? I think he's pretty tall. He might be 6'10".
Hold on. Switch from baseball to this. My fault. Anyway, but it's worth it because
I'm glad we had this conversation though, because now. Because I was feeling like I wasn't that interested.
This is going to be very interesting. And I'm not worried about... See, here's the thing. I'm not worried about Denver taking the first two games. It's about Game 3 in L.A. L.A. wins Game 3. They're probably going to win Game 4. Now you got a series.
Yeah.
And again, I think Denver's going to win it eventually anyway, but I think L.A. can push them. I think they can take them 6. And if L.A. gets one of these first two games in Denver, that changes everything. Yeah. So the thing is this.
Because then they're in it.
Davis, 24 and 12. Hachimura, power forward. What is he height-wise? 6'8".
No, he's only 6'8".
Yeah, 6'8", 230.
Yeah,
so basically, him and LeBron, who are about the same size, so LeBron's actually bigger. But
so they don't have any other bigs, huh?
Well,
is it just Anthony Davis, or who's their other
playing? Center Jackson Hayes.
Oh, I forgot about him.
He played 70 games. He's a center. Taurean Prince, power forward. He plays 27 minutes a night. He played 78 games. How big is he? Taurean Prince, 6'6". He's a small forward. Yeah, he's small, so not him. But anyway, look, Denver doesn't have a bench either. I mean, after you get past the...
I'm just thinking about, Michael Porter Jr. Yeah. He's, what, 6'10",
He's 6'10". He's a stick, 6'10". He's a shooter. And but again, he's a guy... He's a guy you can go at. You can attack Michael Porter on defense. He's not a great defensive player. Right. So, and the key, Aaron Gordon box him out.
I forgot about Gordon.
Keep him off the glass because he gets half his points off of lob dunks and putbacks.
But see, that's the thing. They don't when you look at these guys.
LeBron James can box out Gordon.
Well, LeBron James. Is he guarding him? You think?
I think if I were Darvin Ham, he'd be guarding him. Like, look, he doesn't get an offensive rebound. Right. He doesn't get one. Because if I get Anthony Davis, I'm not doubling Jokic. Mm-hmm. I'm shutting everyone else down. I'm not letting Jamal Murray go off. I'm like, you're going to score 50 or 60 to beat us because none of these guys are going to get the fucking ball. And by the way, this jumping jack over here, LeBron's going to put him in the fucking third row. He's not going to get a rebound. Yeah. Because if I'm Darvin Ham, that's my strategy. Yeah. Keep that son of a bitch off the. He's big enough to do it. Keep him off the glass. You can get 15 rebounds this series, but he can't get one. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the deal. And then you're going to say, look, you got him straight up, make him shoot over you because he's technically he's taller.
Don't leave your feet.
No. He goes for up fakes and all that. You've seen his game. Yeah. Make him turn and shoot fadeaways over you.
Stand front.
If he does that, fine. Fuck it. Give him that.
Right.
Bill Russell, best line ever. To take away something, you have to give something up. And Bill Russell's philosophy of this was great. That's why he's who he is. Or who he was, because he said, look, I can't take away everything. But what I would do is take away what my opponent wanted to do. And I made them beat me doing what they didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I was like, what does that mean? My father said to me, look, if a guy you're playing against is right-handed, and you make him go left and hit pull-up jump shots over you for 4 quarters, tip your cap. He said, but I guarantee you, if you do that, they won't be able to do it.
Right.
My dad was right on this 99% of the time. Mm-hmm. The 2 times were Rick Brunson and Travis Best. Mm-hmm. Both lefties like me. Mm. Okay, and I made them go. I made them go right. I made them go right, and the son of a bitch has still got 25 plus on me. The only 2 players.
So basically, you opened up to their left.
No, I opened up like this to their.
So that they would attack.
They would attack because a good offensive player attacks the front leg. So I'd open up to their left, make them go right, and then pick and cut them off,
and then
make
turn.
Them pull up. Yeah, right. Brunson didn't have nearly as much success as his Best because Brunson's nowhere near as quick as Best was. And I was as tall as Brunson. It was actually I could outleap him. Mm-hmm. But so he got his 20, but I got 20 something on him too. I negated him. Mm-hmm. But Best is the only player that ever scored 30 points on me without picks. without picks. Okay, and I was 6 inches taller than him and knew what he was going to do, and I couldn't stop him. So but again, he got drafted.
Yeah, I mean,
well, he started against Kobe and Shaq in the finals at 5'8", America.
He was strong as fuck too.
Larry Bird says he's the toughest player ever coached.
I mean,
5'8", and I can vouch for this.
I couldn't stand him because when the Knicks would play the Pacers, God, he was a pain in the ass. He was
so tough.
strong.
Great mid-range game. 5'8".
Yeah, lefty. Yeah,
scored 85 points in a high school game. That's how good he was. So, anyway, the thing is this. The Lakers have the personnel to do this. This is between the years. And it starts with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So, while I think Denver's still going to win this series, ultimately, LA can at least take him to 6. And if they don't, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
Because they'll have no one to blame but themselves.
Well, you'd think so first of all, like you said, Anthony Davis has to do that.
Yeah.
And then if D'Angelo Russell if he can give them some scoring.
He can. Denver struggles
that
with
changes,
perimeter players. Look at Minnesota, OKC. Look at all these teams. Phoenix. The teams that gave them trouble, that didn't drop their brain on the way in, Celtics, are the ones that beat them. Mm-hmm. Because they're like, they can't defend the perimeter. And with the Celtics, and again, now Minnesota, when they beat them, had Karl Anthony Towns. He'd pull them away from the basket. Mm-hmm. So now you beat these guys, you're getting to the rim.
Dude, speaking of Phoenix and Minnesota.
Tomorrow. Saturday,
is that Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Is that an early game?
The first game.
Like a 3 o'clock game?
I think it's 3 o'clock.
There's
one. It's 1-3. The Knicks are at 6. LA, Denver is 8:30. There's like 5, I think there's 4 games.
There's no 10
There's 4 because 8:30 is the last one. But then Sunday because it's Saturday. Then say 8:30 is the last one because it goes to 11. And then Sunday there's 4 more games. Boston kicks it off at 1. You got 4 more on Sunday.
But see, I remember when I was young, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
They will be later then.
Game.
They will.
Okay.
When those series, remember now, Phoenix starts the series off in Minnesota. When it goes back to Phoenix, when Denver goes out to LA, and by the way, the Clippers and the Mavericks. That's the 4-5.
Dude, are George and Kawhi healthy?
Yes.
Dude, George and Kawhi against fucking Kyrie and Luka.
This is
that is shit.
This
that
is must
fucking
see TV.
Movies are made of.
Must see TV.
That's awesome.
Let's throw in a little James Harden.
Oh shit! I forgot about him.
Yeah. Little Kawhi, little Russell Westbrook.
Little Westbrook action too.
When the Clippers weren't playing like when they weren't playing like idiots, people thought it was going to be them in Denver about 2 months ago. And then the Clippers.
Well, didn't they win like 12 straight or some shit?
Well, they won like 16 out of 18. They did with like.
And then they fell off.
Well, guys started to get banged up and hurt and all that shit that eventually did happen to them. But they're going to be they're going to have everybody.
Yeah.
As far as they're going to have everybody for this. Now again, will Kawhi hold up? He's been off for a week. I fucking hope so. Because if he does, that's going to be a fucking 7. That's going to be
be a 7
epic series. And people are sleeping on.
I kind of feel like the Clippers might win that. If
they should win
healthy.
It, even though the Mavs. The thing is, the Mavs at the trade deadline added defense. They are a much better defensive team than they were before the deadline.
Is that a big name? Who they had?
They're not big. They're like Anunoby. They're not sexy, but they got teeth.
Right.
But they added a couple guys like that.
Real defenders.
And that's why they've made such a push. But the West is so deep. I mean, so the thing is, they're I forget who has home court in that. I think LA does. I think the Clippers are the 4 and they're the 5. Wait, why don't I just look at it?
Right. They are.
Yeah.
They are.
So all these series are going to be great. But anyway, we're going to come back. We're going to predict these series. I don't want to predict them all now. Well, I don't know. They're not all set yet. We don't know who's playing Boston. We think it's going to be Chicago. We don't know who's playing OKC. But that's going to be the Pelicans.
Maybe we'll do an episode late Saturday.
We should.
Like after the games.
We should. Or tomorrow. We can't do one tomorrow night. We could do one tomorrow night. But I mean, tomorrow night we'll know. We could do a late night one tomorrow night.
Maybe.
Because we'll know everything tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything will be set tomorrow night.
Well, actually, we need to talk about the playing games tomorrow. We didn't talk about Sacramento, which sucks because fucking Zion's
Pelicans.
not in it.
See, Sacramento's going to win that game.
Yeah, that sucks.
And Miami, I think Chicago's going to win because of no Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And
that's really bad. The NBA's got to hate that.
Well, you can't control that.
Yeah, I know, but you have this great playing tournament, and it's just marred by stars going down.
I felt bad for Zion Williamson because he was the best player on the floor tonight. 40 points, 11 rebounds. By the way, this was the third. Well, no, there was 4 minutes to go in the game. I think this happened. Three. But 40, 11, and 5. Okay, Anthony Davis, he knocked LeBron on his ass. He stuffed LeBron. I'll tell you right now, he gave LeBron all he could handle.
Yeah.
All he could handle. And he was the best player on the floor, and everybody knew it. And you saw his face. He knew He fucking knew he was burying. I actually felt bad for him because he looks thinner. Mm-hmm. He got into shape. He did what he was supposed to do, and he was the healthy one throughout the season. And he was looking like, oh my God, this is what we thought he was going to be, and he was doing it, and then that fucking happened, and he just landed wrong.
I heard people saying that he needs to get in better shape.
Well, he just landed wrong.
Yeah,
he made the basket, and then when he came down, he landed wrong.
Yeah, and he immediately pointed at it.
Yeah, he knew right away because he couldn't put weight on. I was like, fuck. Yeah. And it was. Thing is, all year long, and then right there at that moment, and LA dodged a bullet. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But because they couldn't stop him.
Couldn't stop him. He's
impressive, man. When he's going coast to coast.
He has touch. He can pass.
See what he did at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
When he went coast to coast and hit that lefty
floater, high off the glass.
Oh my God.
He's got touch.
Yeah,
he's got a finger roll, like you read about.
To have that kind of power, but still have touch,
is
very impressive.
It's very impressive. But anyway, we'll think about this tomorrow night because we'll have those games, maybe late night. See what's going on. But we'll do a quick break. We'll do a quick segment 3 because
we're going to do segment 3.
We have to.
All right, let's do it quick.
Let's do it quick because honestly, this can't sit another day. Not after this. We'll be right back. Segment 3.
Oh, that's right.
Patriots rivalry renewed and not the way you thought it was. See you in a second.